Hi, I'm Zelinda. I'm the founder of the Yoga Room, and today Denise is with me. She's a friend of mine, and she's also a team member here at the Yoga Room. And today we're doing gentle yoga for bigger bodies. Let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and come up onto your mat, and we're going to start facing toward the sides so that when Denise demonstrates, you can see exactly how the sequence is supposed to be done. I'm going to come around this way. Stand with your feet about hip socket width apart, however far apart is comfortable for you. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders down. And then inhale and take your arms out toward the sides and back, palms face forward. Exhale, arms come down. Next inhale, arms go forward and up, palms face forward at the top. Exhale, arms come forward and down, just like that. Inhale, arms go out and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down. Let's try to go a little slower. Inhale, arms go out and back. Engage your abdominal muscles. Exhale, arms go down. Inhale, slowly arms go forward and all the way up. Shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears. Exhale, down. Let's do one more round. Inhale, arms go out and back. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, down. Abdominal muscles engaged. Inhale, arms go forward and up. And exhale, arms come forward and down. Excellent. Take a little break. Shake your arms out. Shake your back out. And then we'll continue with the next sequence, which is a Warrior One sequence. This is a Warrior One sequence, and it's a sequence. It's a moving, rather than it being a static posture, it's a moving sequence. So please start with your left foot forward and your right foot back. We want some width between the feet from side to side. So go ahead and step your right foot over toward the right side a little more. Perfect. And you want your hips to turn so they're facing forward this direction. Okay, inhale, front knee is going to bend over the ankle. And at the same time, we're going to bring the arms forward and up. And I think since you're quite flexible, go ahead and bring your hands together overhead. Yeah, and then exhale, front knee straightens, arms go forward and down, just like that. Inhale, front knee bends, arms go forward and up. Exhale, front knee straightens, arms go forward and down. Go ahead and continue, please, at your pace. We're going to do 3 more. So Denise is quite flexible in her shoulders, and so it's possible for her to bring her hands together overhead. But if your shoulders are not so flexible, you can bring your arms just to shoulder width apart, palms facing in toward each other. That's an alternate way to do this. 1 more. And exhale and come down. Wonderful. Go ahead and step your feet together and then switch. So your right foot is forward, your left is back. Remember, you want the width between your feet from side to side. Turn your hips so they're facing forward. And I'm going to come around on this side of you so I can see alignment from a different angle. So we're going to do 5 total on this side. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Abdominal muscles are engaged. Exhale, forward and down. Please continue at your pace. And exhale. I'm going to challenge you a little more with your next inhale. Think about lifting up right through here. Yeah. Exhale, down. See if you can continue like that. 2 more. Chest is lifted. And exhale. Last one. Gaze is forward. You're doing great. And exhale. Fantastic. Please step your feet together. Take a little break. Feeling all right? Okay, good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the Trikonasana sequence, which is a side bending sequence. And it's a little bit different than is commonly practiced in the US. So let's go through how we're going to do it, and then we'll go ahead and actually do it. So please turn and face toward the front. Feet are going to be wide. Toes are pointing forward. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to go slowly through cueing for the first round. Inhale, extend your arms out toward the sides, palms face down. Exhale, left hand comes to your left leg, right arm goes up toward the ceiling. Inhale, extend your arms out toward the sides. And then exhale, right hand goes to the right leg, left arm comes up toward the ceiling. Inhale, extend your arms out. Exhale, Just take a break, arms come down. All right, take a break for a minute, step your feet together. So please know that Denise has been practicing yoga for a really long time, and she's very flexible. So when she does the side bend, it's possible for her to go very far. When you do it, if you've never done this before, it might be that you don't go quite as far as her. So don't worry about that if your movement is smaller than what Denise does. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do them now. We'll do about 4, maybe 5. Step your feet wide. Toes are pointing forward. Shoulders are relaxed down. So as you do all of the sequence, focus on strengthening. Keep your leg muscles engaged. Keep your abdominal muscles engaged. Keep your shoulders down. You'll even feel these muscles activate in your upper back, so it feels like your shoulder blades are drawing toward each other. Let's begin. Inhale, arms extend out. Exhale, left side bend. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can look up toward your hand. Inhale, arms extend out. Exhale to your right side. Inhale, arms extend out, and now we rest. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms extend out. Exhale to your left side. Legs are strong, abdominal muscles strong. Inhale, arms extend out. Exhale to the right side. Inhale, arms extend out. Exhale, arms rest down. Different breathing now. Inhale, stretch your arms out. Exhale to your left side. Stay here for an inhale. Stay here for an exhale. Next inhale, come up and stretch your arms out. Exhale to your right side. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Next inhale, come up, arms extend out. Exhale, arms come down. One more round, we're going to do it the same way. Inhale, arms stretch out. Exhale to your left. Abdominal muscles are strong. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Next inhale, come up, arms stretch out. Exhale to your right side. Abdominal muscles still strong. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Next inhale, come up, arms extend out. Exhale, arms rest down. Fantastic. Step your feet together. Take a little break, shake your legs out. So it's a feature of, this style of teaching that I teach, the Krishnamacharya tradition, that we do a little bit of rest between every sequence. All right. So the next thing we're going to work on is the Utkatasana sequence, which is chair pose. So go ahead and face this way, please. You're going to want to keep a little bit of width between your feet, and you can adjust as you go. So if you do the first one and you feel like, oh, that really was not so comfortable, you can adjust your feet wider or narrower. Okay, so inhale, arms are going to go forward and up. Palms face forward at the top. Exhale, bend your knees, squat as low as you're comfortable. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, just your arms come forward and down. Excellent. I'm going to come around the back of you. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Palms face forward. Exhale, squat as low as you're comfortable. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms go forward and down. Great. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward and down. Last one. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, squat. Her knees are going straight forward over her toes. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms go forward and down. Excellent. Take another little break, shake yourself out. That is deceptively challenging. It looks like it would be easy, but after you do just a few, you can feel your leg muscles, you can feel your abdominal and back muscles, and you may even feel that your heart is beating faster. And it's a function of keeping the arms overhead while you're doing the movement. So if it happens that you feel winded after doing that, don't be concerned. It's normal. Of course, we want to make sure that you feel comfortable during the practice, so if it feels too strenuous, if it feels not right, then just go ahead and maybe only do 2 or maybe do 3, or take breaks in between, something like that. Just adjust the practice so that it feels comfortable. All right, last thing we're going to do as a standing pose is standing forward fold. So you can continue facing this way. And you like to keep a little bit of width between your feet during forward folds. That's pretty common. If you can keep them as narrow as you're comfortable. If you prefer them a little wider, also fine. Another thing that we do with forward folds is sometimes we bend the knees, just depending on, how much tightness there is in the backs of your legs. So inhale, bring your arms forward and up, palms face forward at the top. Exhale, knees bend, fold. And you can bring your hands down to wherever's comfortable. You can bring them onto your legs. Sometimes, if you're less flexible, you might bring your hands right above the knees or on the shins or on top of your feet. Anywhere's fine. So we're going to hang out here and breathe for a little bit. Sorry, Denise, I kept you there not breathing for a little while. On an inhale, you're going to walk your hands up your legs and bring yourself all the way back up to standing. And then exhale and relax your shoulders down. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. And if you feel like straightening your knees, toward the end of the forward fold, that's also fine. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Then on an inhale, walk your hands up your legs. Bring yourself all the way back up to standing. Exhale, shoulders relax down. You up for one more? Inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, knees bend, fold. Relax your neck, top of your head's pointing down. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. When you're ready, inhale, walk your hands up. Bring yourself back up to standing. And then exhale, shoulders relax down. Excellent. Doing all right? Okay, now we have finished the standing part of the practice. So please go ahead and lie down. And the rest of the practice we're going to do is lying down or sitting down on the floor. Okay, so from this lying down position, we're going to do some work first for your shoulders. So bring your arms down alongside your body. And you see that Denise has her knees bent. This is a perfectly good thing to do. If it's more comfortable for you to straighten your legs down on your mat, you can also do that. Either way is fine. So the arms are down alongside the body. Inhale, bring your arms up toward the ceiling and back behind you, all the way to the floor if it's comfortable for you. And then exhale, bring your arms up toward the ceiling and down alongside your body. Just like that. Inhale, arms go up and back. And exhale, down. Let's do 3 or 4 more. Go ahead and go at your own pace. If your shoulders happen to feel quite tight and it's not comfortable for your arms to come all the way to the floor, it's perfectly fine. Arms are floating, or if you bend your elbows, either option is perfectly good. In our society, we do so much hunching work, like using the phone or using the laptop, and so it's common that we have a lot of tightness in the shoulders. So just go easy, and you'll find that with each repetition, things start to loosen up a little bit, and you'll really notice the difference after about 5 or 6 repetitions. So let this one be the last one. Next time your arms come down, let them stay down. And then extend your arms out toward the sides with your palms face up. And we're going to work on a little twist, which is a combination of a twist and also a way to stretch out your quads, the muscles in the fronts of the thighs. So position your feet wide, nearly as wide as the mat. Knees are bent. And then bring your knees over toward the left side as far as they'll comfortably go. As you reach your knees this way, press forward through your right knee, so your right hip is lifting up off the mat, and that's where you start to find the stretching happening in the front of that thigh. On an inhale, bring your knees up to the center. Exhale, bring them over toward the right. And let's demonstrate this one more time. We're going to press forward through this knee, lift up the left hip so that the front of the thigh will stretch out. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center. I'm going to cue one more round. Bring your legs over toward the left. You're reaching through your right knee. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale toward the right. Now you're reaching through your left. Inhale, come back to center. And then continue at your own pace. So for all of these, twisting movements, you can go faster or slower, just depending on what it feels like your body needs. And you can do, 3 or 4, or if you feel like, wow, there's really a lot of tightness in my legs, or you'll even feel stretching happening in your back. If this feels like it's really doing a good job of working on that, you can do more repetitions. So you're going to go to the right side, let that be the last part, and then bring your knees back to the center. And then for the next thing we're going to do, we're going to stretch out your back even a little bit more with a bigger twist. So offset your hips this way over toward the left. Bring your knees up toward the ceiling. Legs are going to come over toward your right side. So we'll call this like the step 1 of the twist. We're going to keep the knees bent. You can see how Denise's hips and knees are aligned. That's the kind of alignment we're looking for here. If you feel comfortable taking this further, you can also extend the top leg. So go ahead and extend your left leg over in that direction. What this is going to do is add more intensity, stretching through the hip and maybe even up into your low back. This one is a static posture, so once you move into it, you're going to stay and breathe for several breaths, maybe about 4 or 5 breaths, or longer if you prefer. I can see how relaxed Denise is with this one. She's even closed her eyes. That's perfect. All right, when you're ready, on an inhale, come back around to the center. You can just walk your feet back around, however's comfortable for you. And now go ahead and roll to one side. Bring yourself up to sitting, and we're going to work on some sitting postures. I'm going to bring you a blanket to sit on. So this is a folded blanket. And, like I said earlier, Denise is very flexible. She's been practicing yoga a long time. So I would say she's an advanced practitioner, and she's comfortable sitting on something really low like this, like a folded blanket. But if you're newer to yoga, or if you're less flexible in your hips than Denise is, you might want to sit on something taller, like one of these bolsters, or a pair of folded blankets or something like that. So what we're going to do here in the sitting position is some work for your neck and for your shoulders to release tension from this area. And so many of us are on our phones and on our tablets and on our laptops and things like this. And so we do so much of this kind of movement, like hunching, throughout the day. And as a result, we have kind of chronic tightness in the neck and in the shoulders. So this next little sequence that we're going to work on, the sequence of head movements, is something that you can do as part of this yoga practice, but it's also something that you can take with you and do, on a 30-second or 1-minute break from your work, or if you're sitting at a red light, you can do this kind of stuff to help release your neck tension. So we're going to start from this sitting position with the spine lengthened and the shoulders relaxed down. And the first movement that we're going to do is like a very slow and exaggerated nod. So on an inhale, start to bring your nose up toward the ceiling. Work on keeping your shoulders relaxed down away from your ears. And exhale, bring your chin down toward your chest. Again, inhale and look up toward the ceiling. Shoulders are down and back. Exhale, chin comes down toward your chest, just like that. Go ahead and continue at your own pace. You're going to do about 2 or 3 more of these. Notice if your shoulders start trying to creep up toward your ears, and then just encourage them back down. Sometimes the shoulders creep up because we've made a range of motion that's too big. So notice if you decrease your range of motion a little bit, are you able to maintain more relaxation in your shoulders? Go ahead and do one more. And then bring your head back to neutral. Take a break for a minute. And then the next movement that we're going to work on, if that last one was nodding up and down, saying yes, the next one is slowly saying no with an exaggerated movement from side to side. So inhale right here in this neutral position. Exhale and turn your nose over your left shoulder. Try to keep your right shoulder down and back. And then inhale, bring your head to neutral, to the center. Exhale, nose goes toward the right shoulder. Left shoulder stays down and back. Inhale to center. Go ahead and continue at your own pace. You can probably feel tightness loosening from the sides of your neck. And if you really concentrate and focus on keeping that opposite shoulder down and back, you may even feel some loosening happening in the top part of the shoulder. One important key here excuse me, is to continue going slowly. This one in particular is a movement that seems kind of easy, and so we may be tempted to go faster, but try to resist that temptation and just go slowly. Go ahead and do one more. We inhale as we move to the center. Exhale as you start to look out over the right shoulder. And inhale back to center. Okay, please take a little break again. Might even round your back a little bit. And then when you're ready, lengthen your spine again. We have one more head movement that we're going to work on, which is a little bit more challenging. So what we're going to do here is we're going to tilt the head to one side and then to the other. So inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring your left ear toward your left shoulder while you keep both shoulders down away from the ears. And inhale, bring your head back up to the center. Exhale, over toward your right side. Shoulders are down. Inhale, back up to center. Continue at your pace. In case you get mixed up about the breathing, just remember that when you're moving to the center, it's almost always an inhale. So exhale to the side. Inhale to the center. Go ahead and do one more round. Shoulders are staying down and maybe back a little bit. When you're finished, let your muscles relax, back relaxes, maybe even round your back a little bit. And then we're going to do one more seated posture, which is more focused on releasing tightness from the hips. So bring the bottoms of your feet together. Knees are going to point out toward the sides. For some people, this in itself is a lot of work. If that's the case for you, stay right here. If you're comfortable with a little bit more challenge, lengthen your spine. Sit up really tall with your shoulders down. And if this also is comfortable for you and you want more challenge still, you can start to work on a forward fold. And as you forward fold, you can let your spine relax a little bit. Let your neck relax. Let your chin drop down toward your chest. Hands can stay on your feet or you can walk them forward, whatever's comfortable for you. We're mainly focused on the hips. And in the hips, you might feel stretching happening in the front part of the hip or maybe even in the back of the hip or across the back of your pelvis. So we'll stay here for a few breaths. And then whenever you feel ready, on an inhale, you're going to walk your hands in and bring yourself back up to sitting upright. Very nice job. All right, let's take one more lying down break. I'm going to move out of your way, and I'll move your blanket out of the way too. Thank you. You're welcome. So that you can extend your legs this way and lie down again. So previously, when you were lying down, you chose to keep your knees bent. If at this stage it feels comfortable to straighten your legs, you can certainly do that. But if it's more comfortable for your back to keep your knees bent, also a great option. Either one is totally fine. When you get into this lying down position, go ahead and extend your arms out toward the sides, turn your palms face up. Let your shoulders relax down toward the mat. And spend about a minute or so just relaxing your muscles and focusing on your breathing. So you want to take slow, deep, comfortable inhales and long, slow exhales, focusing on keeping your breath smooth on both the inhale and the exhale. Conscious breathing like this, where you're focusing on some aspect of the breath, is very beneficial for the nervous system, for your mind, for your stress levels. And this conscious breathing, again, is something that you can do anytime. It doesn't have to be only during the yoga practice. You can take a 30-second or a 1-minute break from your work, or, like we mentioned earlier, at a stoplight, or whenever you are maybe like sitting, waiting in a doctor's office or waiting in line at the grocery store. It's a perfect opportunity to spend a little time focusing on your breathing. All right. When you have done about a minute or two of this relaxation, you can start to reawaken your body. You can introduce a little movement in your fingers and toes. And then a little movement in your hands and feet. And then finally in your arms and legs. And then stretch your arms out either toward the sides or back behind you. Take a big inhale. Do a full body stretch. And follow with a complete exhale. And then one more time, big deep inhale, full body stretch. Follow with a big exhale. And then return to natural breathing. Slowly roll to one side. You can bring yourself back up to your comfortable sitting position. I'm bringing this blanket here behind you, Denise. Very good. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you have any questions or comments about this practice, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have a great day. Namaste.